Hello once again and welcome to Your Man's Movie Report. This week I am gonna review Abduction. Abduction, starring among others Taylor Lautner, is a piece of crap. Simply, it's stupid, it's silly, it's very bad put together, and the acting is wooden. And the story itself is simply idiotic. And I don't know what they set out to do when they decided to put this film together, maybe trying to earn some extra cash with the fact that Taylor Lautner, he plays in Twilight, and maybe they wanted to cash in on it. And then they put together this I'm simply speechless. It's one of the worst films I have seen this year, and the story goes like this: that Taylor Lautner, he plays this surfer wrestler dude type who lives in suburbia together with his parents, he drinks and gets into fights, and once in a while talks to his psychiatrist, played by Sigourney Weaver. And I don't know why Sigourney Weaver bothered to star in this film. I don't know if maybe she was behind on her mortgage or something like that, because I don't see why an actress like Sigourney Weaver would choose to star in a film of such low quality as Abduction. But that said, Taylor Lautner, he goes to Sigourney Weaver, his psychiatrist, each week, and he talks about these dreams he had about his. We don't know who she is yet, and he sees in these dreams, he sees this woman looking very scared, and and then some gas coming in beneath the door, and then this evil bad guy comes in and wearing a gas mask, and then the dream stops, and then one day Taylor Lautner's character, he let's just see what the hell his name was. Nathan. Nathan, he together with his girly girlfriends, played by Karen, not played by Karen, the name Karen, played by Lilly Collins, who has starred in, one moment, let's see here, I have a very slow Wi-Fi connection. She starred in The Blind Side, Priest, and she also we are gonna see her in the upcoming Snow White action flick, so that's not saying too much about her acting ability. Then together with Nathan, together with Karen, he goes onto this website about missing kids, and then shocker, he finds out that he is in fact a missing child, and being the dumb teenager that he is, he contacts the website which supposedly helps kids who have been missing, and then he gives up his address to a complete stranger, Marissa, who is in fact a tattooed, creepy guy living in a basement. That's how silly this movie is. And then when two guys in suits arrive at Nathan's house and kills his adoptive parents, and because just before these guys arrive at the house, he discovers that his parents aren't his real parents. So and then there's a fight and blah blah blah, and then the movie goes into gear, and then he escapes, and escapes together with Karen, and But then after this, they attempt simply to rip off the Bourne Identity, and they do it very poorly. And as I said, the story is wooden, the acting is wooden, and I personally walked out of this film an hour into it. So I don't know how it ends, but I can imagine that he becomes some sort of teen agent, like. It's simply too stupid to comprehend. And why Alfred Molina, who got such a praise for starring in, for instance, An Education last year, chose to star in this film. I personally think he should be ashamed of himself, of starring in such a crappy film like Abduction. And again, the movie was directed by John Singleton, and John Singleton, how high have you fallen? He going from directing Boys in the Hood, and among other good films in the 1990s, and then going downhill to direct such a crappy movie like this one. How high have you fallen, John Singleton? How high have you fallen? Yeah, and what else is there to say about this film? Yeah, as I said earlier, it's surprising. It's surprising to me that they got all these well-known actors to star in such a crappy film like this. Maybe maybe the producers had a squeeze on them. I don't know, but I think that this film was made to cash in on, as I said earlier, that Taylor Lautner, he's a central character in the Twilight universe, and then they put this film together. But the thing is, Taylor Lautner, his acting ability is so weak that his personality, in my opinion, isn't strong enough to be the lead in a film. So he needs to practice on his acting before being given another lead role, because when I'm sure that if they give him another leading role, it will bomb like this one did. This film is total crap because, let's face it, Taylor Lautner, he can't act, not now. Maybe he can in the future, but not now. He needs to work on his wooden acting, because. But I guess that loads of 13-year-old girls will love to watch this film because they are fans of Twilight, so they will sit there and be very pleased with this film. But me, I hated it. It was totally silly, totally idiotic, and I'm gonna grade it 0 out of 5 Coca-Cola bottles because it's that bad in my opinion. I know that Alfred Molina, he did his best, and but even Alfred Molina, he can't save this film. Yeah, and also before I end this video, I think it's when we talk about how we should teach safety to kids, starting out a film aimed at kids with a teen sitting on the front of a high-speed car, and that isn't a movie you should market to teens, in my opinion. But that's just my humble opinion. So yeah, I'm totally bummed out. Worst film I've ever seen. Next week, of course, I'll return with another movie review of The Three Musketeers, and judging from the trailer, it's gonna be totally crap as well. It looks like it's done in the spirit of Wild Wild West from 1999, and flying sailing ships and Mila Jovovich playing some sort of noble woman assassin type of person. It looks totally silly, so I'm gonna enjoy hammering at that film next week. So yeah, before I go, I just want to wish everyone here a pleasant weekend. and I'll see you next week in my next video. This is Euroman of Euroman's Movie Report, signing off. Bye.